No idea what just happened there. Not a clue. So, yeah, we are back. Wait for people to come in and we shall have a little look and see if it does it again. And if it does it again, well, I will be reporting that too. Yeah, we're back again. Very strange. Would you agree? Unless it might be Big Brother. Could be. Just saying. Now, where was I? I just showed you the ThinkPad, yeah, which is a faster laptop than the other one. Now, I have no idea why we went to reconnecting. I know my broadband is absolutely, totally abysmal. I'm out in a village. I do know that. But if that happens again, like what just happened, I'm going to report that. But yeah. Now, I was on about social media, yeah, how I go into a lot of people's chat on social media, and I always say the same thing, and that is to basically smash the like, subscribe, and share. Now, one good example of that is this. Certain channels where there are over 1,000 people who are in chat. And you'll find that with 1,000 different people, yeah, there is 200 or 300 of them. Yeah. It's doing a disservice to whoever you are with at the time. And so I share to Facebook, and then from Facebook I share here, I share there, to help all of those channels to grow. And when you highlight, you do the @ and it comes up in blue. That tells the page, the person, whoever it may be, that they have been shared. And I'm going to continue doing that so that everybody can grow. But I'm going to do it just a little bit different, because most of you well know that there are new things which some of you know about and some of you won't know anything about, but all will be revealed. And that is one goal. And that's it. One goal. And that's to grow the channel. Now, that's my hope as we move forward. Plus, new things. And these new things will be from the end of, it's 7 days. In 7 days' time. From 7 days all the way through to 2037. So there's lots to come. Music, away days with special locations throughout the United Kingdom. It's not just going to be Nottingham, it's going to be Newcastle, Scotland, Liverpool, Blackpool, London, possibly the South Coast as well. And going to get one of those power bank things to attach to the phone. And then that will ensure that the battery can stay going all the way through. And also, as I was showing you just before there, StreamYard, it has multiple different sections where with StreamYard it has you and another, or there are places where you can add box, and it has like a green room. So all that is to come, which means expanding. Now, the bits that you saw the last time, which was the meme coin, Mr. underscore J, that is to help run this channel. And that's it. There is nothing else to it. It is sole to help grow this channel. And what I'm looking at doing is in September, I'm going to go to sort out the other bits and pieces. The other bits and pieces are sitting, waiting. And the second they are able to be bought and sold, you will find out straight here. You won't find out anywhere else. You won't find out on BBC News, ITV, or Sky News. Here. That's where you'll find the information. And that is, again, to rise up on YouTube. So this is the place to be as we move forward. Yeah. And I'm going to continue, as I mentioned before. Keep sharing. Adam, Rob, Matty, Paul, Lee, John, Pete, and others. That will be all the way through, so that those good YouTube channels can rise to where I told Steve from NUFC Matters in the pub. It was the Dog and Parrot, and I said to him, you would hit 52,000, and he did. And I've since said he will hit 100,000 subscribers. I want everybody to hit the same figure. And it's hard work, but it's also enjoyable. So there we go. Yeah. Now, let's have a little look at what we got in chat. We got Barry. He doesn't care what you say. Barry. Bye. I don't know what hard work is, Barry. That was why I was a bus driver for 11 years. Yeah, I don't know what hard work is. Gordon Bennett. Deary me. Now, there is a possibility that Barry has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 counts. There is a possibility that he will pop back up. Yes. Some people have a list of emails as long as they're on. Some people. Me, I've got one. And that's it. But what I'm going to say to you all is this, that the intention of hitting the big figures is through adapting to what's coming. Because what's coming has already been there, which is seeking you and Geordie Nation. And it's going to be growing them. And I see Good Cowboy is here. Now, the mission between now and Monday night is this: hoping Newcastle say to Liverpool, you're not going to score. If we get that mission, i.e. they don't score, the hope is we can. Because we have Harvey Barnes, Bruno, Anthony Gordon. I don't agree with Anthony Gordon playing up front. I don't agree with that. But there's nothing we can do. So yeah, let's have a little look and see what we've got here. So we've got 33 people here. Would you ever travel Viva Street? I don't even know where that is. What's the best vlog? The best content creators. I'm going to say True Geordie, because True Geordie has in excess of 1 million plus. Nobody is anywhere near him. What did I have for tea last night? Ooh, tea last night. That was eggs. Fancy a game of Daisy after this. The hope is this ThinkPad will play Daisy. That's the hope. Leeds have just announced somebody. I don't know. Yeah. Who you mean in League of Legends? Don't know. Yeah, that was a bit of a thing. I mean, the phrases used, don't agree with the phrases used. I mean, obviously, a player losing their life, very sad tragedy for the family of that footballer. Never mind the football club he used to play for. So, but you can't you can't really say a lot, and I'm not going to say a lot myself, apart from the respect for that person who's lost their lives, and you know he will be sadly missed. But strange things happen, you know, and apparently it was a blowout or something that happened with the car, and when that happens in a supercar, you're in the lap of the gods, and yeah. So, what's the history of the village? No idea. I can ask local people. I can do that. I mean, the bishop, that is Stilton, the cheese with the blue stuff in it, which has a tangy taste or something like that. But because there's not just Bishop, this is a Vale, so there's like multiple villages. Well, John, that will be working once the end of the month comes. I'm going to speak to both of the teams of programmers behind Seeking You and Geordie Nation to say this must work flawlessly. And the reason why I'm going to say that is I'm paying good money. And I had the idea to do that on both of them. And if they don't, like, another thing I'm going to do as well, as it comes to probably the 28th or the 29th, is go live from there, from both of them, and do a crash test and see and test everything. Code Cowboy, yeah, you are paying barely anything for cheap AI. Cheap AI. AI is not cheap, my friend. No, it's not. And for you to say cheap AI is a little bit disrespectful, considering how much has been ploughed into artificial intelligence building in general. So that's a little bit disrespectful to them. There is indeed cheap AI. Okay. So you're an absolute expert. So you must be Code Cowboy, one of the richest cowboys in the United Kingdom, even if you are in the United Kingdom, because I'm thinking that you're on your own island. Yeah. The hope was to have Streets of Home on all platforms, not just Xbox, PlayStation, mobile, etc. That was the hope in the beginning. And you need help to do these things. The idea is good, but you need help to grow said idea. And that's the problem, because a lot of people, including Code Cowboy, to be honest, yeah, when March and April, I asked, and I got, that's all I got. I got nothing. So that tells me that certain people can say, one thing I want to say to you, yeah, is this. I could turn around and say to you, I am, the Sultan of Newcastle. It's not true, though, because you know it's not true. But they can do that. And, these people who turn around and say, oh, I can fix this. We didn't do much of a job back then, did you? Yeah. Just goes to show, at the end of the day, put your money where your mouth is. Yeah? That's what my dad always used to say to me. Put your money where your mouth is. And some people don't do that, because they are all talk the talk. They don't walk the walk. And that was proven in March and in April. And no matter what they can say at the end of the day, they can shout from the highest peak. But results, yeah, if people are turning around and saying, this doesn't, and that doesn't, and the other doesn't, well, that tells me you're about as much full of it as, the person who is trying to say when they went fishing that they caught a great big fish like this, when it was actually just a little nipper like that. Just letting you know. And you can highlight my name until you go pink, green, blue, and everything else. Do you know what it is, right? I'm going to say something to you, Code Cowboy, yeah? You remind me of a few people. Those few people, yeah, sometimes they'll come in and sometimes they won't, and they always say the same exact thing. And I'll tell you why they're all saying the same exact thing. They're all reading the same script. I don't use a script. If I'm writing stuff down, yeah? Where is it? Where is it? If I'm writing stuff down, yeah? I'm going to show you something here. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, we got. Yeah, we got. So, that there, yeah, right there, is a song. Yeah, it's called Hey Bonnie Lad. So I do write stuff down to read. Yeah, I do that. But you all come in like Code Cowboy and various other different people, and you can spot you a mile off, because your script is always the same. There's a thing called Patreon, yeah? I have it linked into my YouTube channel. I haven't created any content for Patreon because I never got round to it. The same could be said with StreamYard. Yeah. And this morning I went on to StreamYard and bosh, it's on the computer. So everyone likes to turn around and say, oh, Paul's failed at this, Paul's failed at that, Paul's failed at the other. What they haven't turned around and said is this: Paul has attempted. You see, years and years ago, right, when I was a bus driver, yeah, I didn't go into the depot as a cocky Geordie and turn around and say, yeah, chuck us the keys for that bus and I'll drive it. I had to learn, like everybody else, how to drive a bus. And the biggest thing the instructor said to me donkeys years ago, God rest his soul, because he's now up there, yeah, was this: spatial awareness. You're driving something that is 9 foot wide and 47 foot long. So I had to learn. Bus driving is a trivial job. Of course it is, you silly person. Of course it is. A silly person, yeah, being a bus driver, you're a professional, mate. A professional driver. So don't you ever diss being a bus driver, because you are a professional. Because you are carrying up to 100 people at a time about their duty. And Code Cowboy is saying, if bus driving is so hard, why do they pay so little? Well, that is up to the employer. It isn't up to the driver. And when you think about it, right, like I always used to say to people, yeah, they turn around and say, oh, we're just a dumb bus driver, just a dumb this and dumb that and dumb the other. You know what I should say to them? Did I take you to work in the morning? Did I bring you back from a night out in the town with all your buddies? And if they turn around and say, yeah, I turn around and say, yeah, but I'm still a dumb bus driver at the end of the day. Think about it. Use your brain cells here. See, it's so easy to engage your mouth. Using that, the greatest gift we ever got. Oh, we have a new one. We have a new one. Do they allow bus drivers? Yeah, of course. You see, a professional, yeah, a professional has to adhere to rules and regulations. Unlike some people. And I would say this much: I know people who have done more time, more than you will have ever done sitting at a keyboard typing code. Simple as that. You I've got great respect for all of those people who do code, because I know how bloody hard it is. Would you ever be a getaway driver? No. I'd pull the handbrake that many times your head would spin. No. The thing is this, right? There are a lot of people who, they believe this, they believe that, and they believe the other. Because you know what it is? You're too busy listening to your mate. Yeah? That's all it is. At the end of the day. I'll listen to me mate. Yeah. Now, what I'm thinking about speaking about later, I'll show you a post. I'm going to post a picture, and then we're going to talk about that picture later on. Now, as we got interrupted, I'll find out. I'm going to ask YouTube why got interrupted, and then we're going to change from the 1st of September. We're going to change the whole setup. So, look forward to everybody's response in September. Oh yeah, Code Cowboy. Yeah. Now, StreamYard was on this morning. It was on the 1st, live. And if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. Yes, John. Yes, I am. I'm going in to speak to college either tomorrow or on Monday and see what the college have to say. So, lots of things coming. And a lot of those things, people like the Code Cowboy. There he goes again, man. You know. The only thing is, he's not subscribed, so I can't boot. But what I can do is just like that. So yeah, hopefully, unless he comes back in with a second or a third or a fourth or a fifth account, because some of these people do this, you know. Yeah, Streets of Home. I wanted that. It's still on GitHub, but because the knowledge is important of code and what it does, because everything was broken up by Udemy. Udemy kind of chucked a great big spanner into my workings, and I couldn't do the last two tests, which was audio and video, and putting it all together in HTML5. However, I will still try. And if I can go into a classroom environment where if I am struggling, stick my hand up and somebody comes and says, right, this is kind of where you need to go down this road, then I'll do that. And we will be able to get the certificate come the end of the, is it a semester or something? What they have? Anyway, yeah. So, but no, what I think's happened, Corvo, is this. When I signed up for it, I didn't expect I wanted it to, when I signed up for Udemy, Corvo, was this. I wanted to go into it and come out the other side with the pass of all the different modules. And family, they had other ideas, i.e., take us to Scotland, take us to Leeds, take us to Blackpool, take us to Liverpool, etc. And you can't do tests and learn. You can't do that when you're driving. You can't do it. I don't know, Road Dog. I really don't know. And at the moment, I'm just going to plow ahead with Seeking You, Geordie Nation, and these other things, and push them and keep going. Abe, Paul is always blaming somebody else. Now suddenly it's right. Okay. So. There we go. Now, I'm going to post something this afternoon, and then we're going to talk about that. 7 p.m. And the hope is things change moving forward. So, to all of you, thank you very much for coming in. And for those who have been put in timeout, behave yourselves. So, thank you very much for coming in, and see you all at 7 p.m. And on your way out, hit the like, subscribe, and just behave yourselves. Okay?